my name is Welcome, and today we're in New Haven, Connecticut on Chapel Street, where we have to turn this store into a castle. Here's why. The owner, Barbara Diaz and Orlando Diaz, own another store in Connecticut, and it's called Wireless Wizard. And since it's called Wireless Wizard, they have that theme where it's like a castle. They want to make something very cool looking over here, different, and very like medieval, so they call me. And here's what we're gonna do. Big space, it's kind of tall and long. So what we're gonna do like an arch brick vault ceiling. And in the middle, we're gonna put a long table. Actually, we're gonna put two long tables, like a dining table, buffet, kind of that like you see in a castle. In the middle, that's gonna be showcase. And we're gonna put showcase on each side of the wall. The showcase is gonna be on the wall, and since it's narrow, we have to do it like this. We have an office for her, but it's a long place, and the two tables are gonna be back to back. So it's gonna be interesting. I got some ideas. It's not all clear in my head, but it's gonna be cool.
I'm slowing it down and I'm looking around and I'm loving this town and I'm doing all right. Ain't worried about nothing except for the man.
Good morning. It's cold. I'm in my truck and getting ready to go to another cold place on Chapel Street. We have to start to do some construction, but I got a good idea for the ceiling, and that's where I want to start. Let me show you what I thought. Right now, the reason I'm that close is because it's real loud in here. There's a lot of noise. But let me show you what I want to do with the ceiling. We're going to build a fake beam, and then from that, every 8 feet is going to be a fake beam, and then it's going to be like an arch brick vault ceiling. Let me show you what I'm talking about here. So basically, it's long beams like this, 16 feet long, and they got a little nailer to receive the fake brick. This is what the beam looks like. We're using a 2x12, putting a miter on each side. Another 2x12 you split in half with the miter, and then they're going to be installed like this. One side, two sides. Morning, we're in Norwalk, Connecticut, and I gotta talk to you about a place called Woodworkers Club. It's a store where they sell tools, chisel, power tools, anything to do with woodworking. It's a nice store, but on the second floor, there's a shop. The shop has everything you can think of. For a fee, you pay an initial fee, and then after that, $45 a month, you can come here as often as you want, as long as they're open. And you bring your lumber, and you build your project. But I know you guys, you're going like, you gotta bring your lumber on the second floor, and then bring your project back down the stairs. They got an elevator. How cool is that? You can put 4x8 sheets of plywood in there. There's no problem. And you can put your project in there, so no stairs. So since we're working on Chapel Street and we still don't have sheetrock, we don't have really electricity there, no water, no bathroom. There's just sheetrock, starting sheetrock tomorrow. And I can't really wait to set up all my tools there. We coming here and we're building the display, the storage bin, the counter, all the stuff that we need. We're gonna build it over here, and we'll show you more about Chapel Street and the Wireless Wizard store. Each box is going to be on 4 legs. I didn't make the legs yet. I'm going to make them today. But we're going to load this. We got a U-Haul. We're going to load this in the truck. Steve and Jay's going to take that to the job. They're going to stain it, prep it nice, and I'm going to work on the legs and the other parts. All right. So let's load this up. I'm sitting on a pile of sheetrock. We started to sheetrock the ceiling. They have to do 2 coats of joint compound. This is just so it's fire code. The fire inspector wants to see 2 coats of joint compound. But we're not going to see any of this sheetrock. Remember, I'm covering the ceiling with the brick, the 4 brick. I'm going to cover the wall with some raised panel wood and some cement. And remember the castle look, right? So no sheetrock, but it's got to be there by law. So we're just waiting for them to finish sheetrocking, and the minute they finish to sheetrock, it's going to go crazy and cover everything. This is the condition we have to work down here. Jay's back there, way back there, in the clouds, in the dust, making more dust, sanding all these boxes, prepping this box, and Steve is at the other end making paint spray dust. He's making sawdust. It's all blending together. It's a blend of sawdust and paint dust.
Everything nice and strong and tight.
And but this is a pretty bad condition. It's not gonna last long. Soon we're done with this down. We're gonna move upstairs, and it's gonna be easier to work. We started to stain. I got Steve and Jay staining. I'm not staining. Sick of staining. They're better at staining, you know. We're gonna go to the wood shop with Steve and Jay, make the legs, and start to make the counter where the computer and the cash register is gonna be. I don't really have an idea. I have the idea of the size that I want, but I don't really know the style that I want. I know the style, it's castle, but I don't really have a plan, a drawing. So while the guys are working on the legs, I'm gonna draw something and show you how it goes when we get in the truck. We're on our way to meet with Jay and Steve at the Home Depot. We'll get some supply for what we have to do for these cabinets. I stopped by the other store, the Wizard, Wireless Wizard, to see what needs to be in those counters. You know, the where the register is going to be, and where the computer is going to be, computer screen. So I stopped by, I took a look at what needs to be done, and it's just a matter of me sitting down and drawing something.
I work here. I babysit a person like you.
We're in the truck, just pulled into the Wireless Wizard, and let me show you what the place looked like. That's the original, the first one. The thing with their first store is that it looks very much like a school play interior. Like somebody did the set design, did a castle for a school play. The inside stone is Formica. What should be made out of wood is made out of Formica. It's carpet on the floor, some cheap-looking ceramic tile. There's some plastic sword and a plastic chair and a plastic chain. It's not a bad job. It's very corporate looking. You know, there's a drop ceiling. I mean, come on. They're gonna be surprised when they see what we're gonna do at their store in New Haven.